Hey, what do you say, YouTubers? Welcome to episode 3 of Bashing on a Budget. Today we have the FMS Chevy Colorado. It's a 1/24th scale, ready to run 4x4. FMS has been in business for over 20 years. They're in the upper price range of the small scale trucks. They have highly detailed licensed bodies. We're going to go out and bash with this thing and see what kind of abuse it can take. But before that, we're going to go through it on the bench and see what it's all about. The truck comes with a 30-page catalog. It's got everything you need to know in here: how to operate the truck, how to maintain it. It's got tons of parts, part numbers. And FMS is a very good company. They stand behind everything. They got great warranty, great customer service. Comes with a USB battery charger. And this is the kind of truck that you can throw on the dashboard of your truck and take it anywhere you go and charge it up right inside your vehicle. It comes with one battery and some tools, tire iron, and some tips for maintenance. Let's take a look at the controller. It feels really nice. It's got a foam wheel. It's very easy to operate with one hand. It's got everything that we look for on a modern day controller. It's got all the trims and dual rates, and it's got the 2-speed shifter for the transmission. Nice feel. It doesn't feel cheap. I like it. All right, let's take a look at this. Good looking truck. This is a licensed body from Chevrolet. You can see on the body it's got molded grille. Nice flexible bumpers, a lot of nylon in that. Nice scale details, got the roll cage, wheelie bar. The rear bumper is part of the Lexan body. Nice graphics. And none of these are decals. This is all printed on the inside of the truck. Actually, that down there is a decal. But everything else, all the orange, the black, the windows, it's all printed on the inside. This one here has 2 hidden body clips in the back, and then it hooks in the front underneath the front bumper. Take a look real quick. Suspension seems nice. This has got oil dampened shocks, so that's a big plus. Composite chassis, nice and rigid, hex hardware throughout. This truck has composite suspension arms with metal ball ends that are adjustable with metal hinge links. This has got a 2-speed steel gear, all ball bearing throughout transmission. It's operated with 9-gram servo. There's no slipper clutch. Front and rear steel CV style axles with ball bearings and composite knuckles. Tires feel nice and soft. It's got nylon wheels. I don't believe there are any foams in there. It doesn't feel like it. They're pretty soft. It'll be interesting to see how they handle. Let's move on to the electronics. In addition to the steel gear servos, it's got a 370 brush motor, combination of ESC and receiver, on and off switch in the back over here, and it's an EC3 connector. It's got a rubber battery strap, and battery fits in the compartment over here on the side. So this thing is looking pretty good, and I can't wait to get out there and bash with it. But before we get going on that, just a reminder, if you missed the first couple of episodes, there's a playlist called Bashing on a Budget that you can go through and catch up and take a look at some of the other vehicles that we previewed. So also, when we get back in with this, we're going to go through our point system and rate it. We've got 8 categories to go through. We'll score it from 1 to 5. But let's get out there and bash. All right, guys, we had a good time with that one there, especially at the ball field. You know, I'm more of a crawler guy, which next up for review is this Vivor little rock crawler, little scale rock crawler, 1/24 scale. I just wanted to fit that in. Yeah, I'm more of a rock crawler guy than I am a basher. I enjoy them, but I'm not real good with the jumps and all that kind of thing. My jump is kind of narrow out there, too. It's kind of a small target. But anyway, enough with the excuses. I love that little truck. It's a lot of fun, especially, like I said, especially at the ball field. So let's just get right down to the judging on it, okay, for the 8 categories, okay? So first category I got is damage. No damage at all. So we're going to give that a 5. So the damage is either a 0 or a 5 on this here. If you have damage, you get a 0. If you have no damage, you get a 5. So this is a 5. So next is a transmitter, which I really liked. It's small. It fits my hand nice. I was able to operate the truck with one hand and film with the other. So that was a big help for me. But it really is a comfortable, well-made. It's not cheesy at all. I like it. I think you'd like it too. So I'm going to give that a 5. There's no problems with that. Next is overall handling. And for that, I think the truck is a little nose heavy. You know, I know that when you jump and, you know, if you really keep your finger in the throttle, you'll do a backflip. If you hit the brakes, you do a forward flip. You know, the truck is small. The tires aren't that heavy. There's no foams in them, that kind of thing. So it doesn't really, I couldn't, unless I had a bigger jump, I couldn't really get it to do backflips. And it seems nose heavy. So for me, it was like you keep your finger in the throttle halfway up, and then you take your finger off. And then just before you land, you'd have to goose it again. Otherwise, you'd lawn dart, you know. So I'm going to give it a 4 on overall handling. Next category is steering. I just want to mention that, you know, being that the truck is a little bit nose heavy, it does tend to oversteer. On asphalt, on a ball field, it was a blast. I handled it great. You know, so I'm not really going to deduct anything for that. I mean, it's like arguing that your Jeep doesn't handle well at Indy. You know what I mean? It's not made for being on the road. It's made to be in the dirt. So, but I wanted to mention that it does have some oversteer. So for steering, we're going to give it a 5. Throttle, again, it gets a 5. This thing it's got a lot of pep. It is a brushed motor. It's a 370. And for a small truck like that, that's probably like twice the size of some of the 18 scales they have. And this is only 1/24 scale. So yeah, it's got plenty of power. It rips pretty nice, you know. I mean, you can ride wheelies. You can ride wheelies backwards, forwards, whatever you want. Throttle response, it spools up nice. It comes out of the throttle nice and even. I like it, and we're going to give it a 5. Braking, I'm sure that you saw in a couple of the shots where I hit the brakes and the back wheels come off the ground, that thing stops on a dime. 5 on the brakes. Suspension, can't really complain about them. I mean, they're oil dampened. I don't really see a way to adjust them without putting like a preload collar, snap-in preload collar. And for bashing, they tend to fly out. I mean, I have some of the big armored trucks where you lose those preload collars too. We're going to give it a 4, even though it has nice shocks, oil-filled shocks. We're going to give it a 4 on the shock absorbers. So the next is overall quality. My biggest gripe with this truck is the body. You know, although it has, you know, no body mounts, it has no, you know, clips. To me, the problem is that these back 2 hidden mounts are designed to make life easy on you, but it's really kind of a pain in the neck to get this body on and off. I mean, you also saw, I'm sure, in a couple of the spots where, you know, I nose plant and the body would unclip in the front. And that's to be expected. That kind of thing happens. You bend the bumper out, you snap it back in, and you're good to go. But getting that body on and off, I would rather have a body clip on the back of the bed than deal with that. That's a real pain in the neck. So they dropped it there. So we're going to give it a 4 on overall quality. Electronics and everything are good on this truck, but that one thing is enough to drive you mad, especially when you're out trying to, like I was, out trying to drive the truck and film with one hand, all that kind of thing. Not everybody's going to be doing that, but it was kind of a tough one. So overall, we're giving this truck a 37. A lot of fun. I recommend buying it. I don't think you'd be disappointed with your purchase ever with this little one. So again, keep your eye out for the Crawling on a Budget series coming up. We've got a half a dozen of these small crawlers that we're going to be previewing and putting through the test. And we'll do the same thing with the scoring system like that. And I think you're going to be surprised at how well they perform as well. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this FMS Colorado and if it's something that you'd like. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next time.